The storm has now arrived. Hi guys, it's Stormboy13. Welcome to episode 2, season 2 of weather vlogging. It's a nice day, but it's a bit windy outside today, a bit cool. But today's topic, we're going to be discussing about water. So let's begin. So as we know, what is it that's unique about water in the world? And again, this one isn't going to be record-breakingly long again, but probably about 10 minutes plus, just about long video. But what I want to discuss about water is, we know that weather is very important to us. Yes, we pretty much all of us in the world want warm sunshine all the time, because it improves our vitamin D and it improves our mood. But actually, that's not always the case, and really, we should be thankful for rain, because without rain, we probably wouldn't be alive today, let alone plants and living things. But what's important about rain, apparently this was formed millions or billions of years ago when the Big Bang happened in the universe, and I think billions of years later it formed to make like Earth, but round then it was just one big land, if you know what I mean, on Earth. There was no continents, if I can say so myself. They were all, I think there was like some parts of the ocean or something, but mostly it was made up of land, which can stretch out hundreds of thousands of miles worldwide. But that's how they made these shapes, and then they squeezed out, and then they expand, and then they split up, and that's why I'm not exactly sure, to be honest, how the Earth was formed. That's not my most expert point on this, in terms of science or logic stuff. But what I know is that we get these, like, that's how weather has been formed. When it gets formed, you know, with like the land stuff, you know, when we get land and we get air rises above it, and you know, sometimes with the moisture levels that's been building, we get the sun, and then that's how weather forms. We get clouds, jet stream forms with the weather, and that's how it really all began. And that's how we know we go through these hot to cold periods of time where we have this ice age, and then this hot spell which lasts for hundreds if not thousands of years. But then, as we know, at the moment we are terribly known as global warming. We know that by the time we get to 2100, temperatures globally could be about 1 degree warmer than it is right now. This is because of fossil fuels being burned. You know, there's a lot of carbon stuff burning up into the atmosphere, warming the Earth every day, even though by the time we get to the end of the year it's not any different. And even by the time we get to 2100, 1-2 degrees, it probably might not make much difference, but actually in terms of how it forms from extreme weather and storms, with how much the temperature difference in the atmosphere, and yeah. But generally about water today, we should be thankful for rain. Maybe not in all cases, but for most cases we should be. The positives about rainfall, with how it makes water, is it brings in a lot of fresh water. Fresh water comes from rain, that's why we need it. We get plenty of rain from time to time. We live in a varied country. 71% of the Earth is covered by water. Most water, in fact pretty much nearly the majority of the water, isn't fresh at all. This is like, what word can I use? It's not fresh water, because I know that's from the Arctic or something. That usually brings in fresh clean water because they're melting from the ice caps. Because, you know, from global warming, the sea temperature level also tends to rise as well, but it comes in from fresh water from the Arctic, because that's how everything freezes up. It brings in clear water. When that melts, that's how it mostly sinks in across northern parts of the world. Probably has fresh, clean water, maybe parts of the Arctic Circle as well. But that mainly comes in from rainfall. Now, too much rain, as I said, in some cases, like when we get like a monsoon season in India, it's not a good thing. Water is quite dangerous. I mean, it's obviously not clean water when it gets to mixing like rivers and stuff, when it's been unused for months, and when, you know, pollution levels and stuff, it's not nice. And it depends which land you come from as well, whether it's mud that mixes in with the water and stuff. But basically, too much rain can cause some big flooding impacts. Like we know in Asia, that's generally the big theme of the story. In a couple of months' time in India, it'll be monsoon season, and parts of probably Southern Asia as well, probably China and maybe Nepal. But this is how we get this from weather. We need like a good amount of rain, because with water, we need food as well to live, because a very limited amount of rainfall over periods of years is quite dangerous, even in this country, because we had a drought several years ago, and this has been a problem, because when we're in drought alerts, we can't use that much water, because basically you're wasting water. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why we always rely on the weather. Like sometimes, even in the summer, we need rain. Like maybe for some storms or something, that's a good thing, because it's not raining all the time, but probably when it's really heavy, it can suddenly give a flash flood or something. That's how we deal with the weather sometimes. That's just the way life goes. It can be beautiful in a way of rain, because humid rain can improve moods by up to 60%. It decreases your stress levels. But I do know is that why is water so important to us? Well, come with me, I'm going to show you something. Here are some water facts to go with this video. So, only 0.5% of the world's water resources are available to provide for the freshwater needs of our planet's ecosystem and population. It's not distributed evenly around the globe. Less than 10 countries possess 60% of the world's available freshwater supply. 1.8 billion people still lack access to fresh water supply, and 2.5 billion people need improved sanitation. Since 1940, the world's water use has quadrupled, whilst the world population has actually only doubled. In 60% of European cities, with more than 100,000 people, groundwater is being used as fresh water that can be replenished. At the same time, aging water network systems waste more than 40% of water supplies through leaks and cracks. So everyone understands that water is essential to life, but many are only just now beginning to realise how essential it is to everyday life. Health, food, energy, transportation, nature, leisure, and virtually all the products used on a daily basis. Water is essential to health and social and economic development. So, sadly, over 5,000 children die each day due to dirty water or poor hygiene. Half of the world's hospital beds are occupied by patients suffering waterborne diseases. Water-related diseases can kill one child every 15 seconds, and $1 invested in water sanitation returns in $8 of economic growth. So, water is essential to feed the world, we know that. 70% of the world's water resources are needed for food production. Producing food for the increasing world population will require 50% more fresh water. Increasing competition for water and efficient irrigation practice could constrain future food production. And in many developing nations, irrigation accounts for over 90% of the water withdrawn, so therefore more water-affected irrigation technologies need to be applied. And a cup of coffee you may drink whilst reading this page required 140 litres of water. 15,500 litres of water is needed to produce 1 kilogram of beef. And it's essential for agriculture and industry, so it's used to make every product on earth. Therefore, all businesses and all business sectors depend on it in some way. After agriculture, industry's second largest use of water. However, the amount of water used varies widely from one type of industry to another. Water, energy and food are industry linked. Water is needed to produce energy. Energy is needed to deliver the water needed for food production. Alright, that's it for this video. This is about the topic of water, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Next episode is going to be why I like the weather. This is going to be an interesting one. There might be some similar videos from the past, but this is what I will really explain about my interest of the weather. So that's going to be looking forward to mention. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and the storm is now out. And you want me to do any global weather forecasting in the UK or in the US or any country, comment below. If you want me to do any extreme UK weather event request, comment below. I'm off my water.